So to find the identity element of a binary operation, this is the definition. A asterisk E is equal to A. So where E is the identity element, so it depends on the alphabet given. So as we have A asterisk B here, so you will change this B to E. E is an identity element, then it will be equals to A. If it is S asterisk Y you have in your question, to find the identity element, then S asterisk E will be equals to X, as in this one. So that is definition of identity element. So based on this question now, the identity element is A asterisk E is equals to A. So now, using this same properties, then we have A asterisk E here. A remain as A, B will now be E. So this will becomes A plus E. Remember, A asterisk B is A plus B minus AB. So A asterisk E now will be A plus E minus AE. Then is equals to A. So now you need to collect like terms and make E subjects formula. So this will becomes E minus AE is equals to A minus A. So E is common here, so that means 1 minus A equals 0. So E equals to 0 over 1 minus A. E equals to 0. So that means the identity element here is 0. So inverse is similar to this identity. So inverse too has its own property. So for inverse, A asterisk A inverse will be equals to E. So if we are talking about inverse, then this is inverse properties. It will be equals to identity element. That is, if it is inverse of X, I will say S asterisk S inverse will be equals to E. If it is inverse of 2, it will be 2 asterisk 2 inverse equals to E. So the inverse of 5, that is, find the inverse of 5, it will be 5 asterisk 5 inverse is equals to E. Everything will be equals to E. So now let's form a question now. Let's say I have S asterisk Y equals A square plus B equals S square plus Y. Find the inverse of S. So find inverse of S. First, definition of inverse will be S asterisk S inverse will be equals to E, identity element. So you have to know the identity elements first. So our definition of identity elements based on this will be S asterisk E is equals to X. So you change the second alphabet to E equals to X. This is identity element properties. So S remain as X, Y is now E. So put it in this your expression. So we have S square. So this S asterisk E, remember, is equals to E. Is equals to X. So S asterisk E is S square plus E. That is based on this. So S is S, Y is E. So it's equals to X. So let me square it. So this S asterisk E is this. Based on this, S remains as S, Y is E. Remember, everything is equals to X. So like that. Now make E subjects formula. So this will becomes E is equals to X minus X squared. Now this is the identity element. So for inverse now, S asterisk S inverse is equals to E. as in this is definition for inverse. That means S remain as S, Y is now S inverse. So that means if you put it in this same expression, so we are going to have S square plus S inverse equals E. E is S minus S square. So E is S minus S square. Now make S inverse subject formula. So that means S inverse equals to S minus S square, then minus S square. So take this to the other side. So S inverse is equals to S minus 2S square. So this is the inverse of S. So note, this is inverse for this is definition for identity element, and this is the definition for inverse. So like that.